Hello everyone and welcome to the Hisui podcast. I'm Wolf Tycho and I'm here with Gatorade 5, Nurse Eevee, and Atomics and Atomics.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
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 Oh yeah, and sorry if I'm not as energetic and spry as I normally am on the podcast. I've been sick for a bit.
Ah,
I was asleep for like 14 hours last night.
Oh my god.
ah.
Damn. Goals
Yeah,
TBH.
That's why I
Honestly.
missed your stream, Cade, because I accidentally just fell asleep at like 4
No,
or 5.
that's probably a good thing. That's probably a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
Considering, yeah.
Yeah, and then I woke up, missed the bus, had to drag my dad to bring me to school because I still don't have my driver's license because of freaking stuff that happened because of moving. That was stupid. I passed the driving test to get my license like a year ago now, but I can't get my license, so that's great. Last thing I want to say before we get into like Pokemon fan games, oh my god, the fucking Minecraft trailer.
I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard
Don't.
it's pretty
Don't,
atrocious.
Tom, it ruined my day. Like, legitimately, ruined my mood.
I watched it and I didn't have too much of a problem. Like, did I
Um,
have a problem with
what?
it? Yes. Did I have a problem with it? Yes. But was it like ruining my day? I wouldn't say.
You also didn't grow up with Minecraft like throughout your childhood.
That's also fair. That is also fair.
Like I was saying before we started recording, I would rather watch Morbius and Madam Web back to back than see whatever this Minecraft movie is going to be. Like, have you seen the trailer? Okay, then if you saw the trailer, you would not say that right now.
I will say I haven't watched it with audio. I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Like,
visually, like,
it looks god-awful.
The animals absolutely agree.
And, like, the
like,
real people, like, mixed in with the Minecraft world, and all I can see is just a bunch of people walking around in a green screen in an area. That's all I can fucking see. And what's weirder is I know from, like, leaked set photos that there were practical elements. Like, there were built trees that we saw, and I'm like, that does not show. This all looks fake as fuck.
Well, interesting.
Anyways, this isn't a Minecraft podcast, so I won't harp on it too much, but I just
Also, I want to apologize for people who were just watching my camera. I was trying to close the shades because I got sun in my eyes, and my camera just decided to, like, stop not stop working, but like it refused to stay in one place. I have a very like my camera is set up on top of like a cylinder, like a Jenga cylinder, like a container that the Jenga game comes in, except with the top flipped, so I can set my webcam on that. So my webcam is very susceptible to any movement, so that's why, like, if you see me during the stream, if I like pound my desk, the webcam will turn. So I was just trying to like pull the shade shut, and then my webcam moved, and I have my like this room very situated to where I have like past the end of the webcam, I literally have like pictures of like family members on here because this actually isn't 100% my room. I just get this corner. So I'm trying to like actively like turn the camera to keep it away from like from pictures, and then also like getting it set back up in like a same position all while being in the podcast. It was crazy. So I just had to turn my webcam off for a little bit.
Fair enough. Anyways, okay, Eevee sent a picture of a llama. Can you look at this llama and say that the movie could be fine?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's quite a good picture. I think Eevee kind of cherry-picked good pictures there.
I mean, I don't know what vibe they're trying to go for. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing that I'm kind of confused at.
No matter what vibe, that llama just looks past the uncanny valley. 'Cause
like
it's
what's
like
the plot
live
of this movie gonna be? Just like trying to rip villagers off for better emeralds, better trades?
Well,
Like
no,
what?
so real life people go into the Minecraft world, and that's
Oh
basically
no, no. Okay, yep, nope. I don't even have to watch the trailer. I can just tell you right now, this movie about to be ass.
and they try to make it live action.
Yeah,
Wait, trying to make a live action Minecraft movie work, like I am all for giving yourselves hard challenges that are near impossible to like try and push yourself, but I only do that when I find a really narrow chasm that I can go down and not like completely fuck it up. But like there is no way to make that work.
bro, what the fuck is
Yeah,
that
I mean, if
creeper?
this ends up being like some kind of like absurdist humor movie that makes fun of itself, I think it could end up being funny. But I'm guessing it's more just something aimed for kids that's going to not be very funny at all and just flop on all accounts.
Yeah, like a line was I am Steve. And I was like, oh my god.
Oh, I didn't see. I've been listening. I've watched it without audio, so
Yeah,
I've
you haven't heard Jack Black go, I am Steve. It was, oh my god.
Well, honestly, if there's anybody I trust to do a good job of
Okay.
this movie, it's Jack Black. But
You
other
want to
than
see
that,
what
this
Jack
movie's
Black
about to
looks
be a
like
disaster.
as Steve? You want to see what Jack Black looks like as Steve?
I think I saw a picture of that. Yeah, like
He is literally Jack Black in a blue shirt.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That man is not Steve. He
Okay,
is
so you
Jack
know
Black in a
the
blue shirt.
we're gonna get really off track,
we
but
are, but
I
there's
can see where
It's
it's
worth
going.
it.
I used to be like really into Overwatch esports, and there used to be a dude who everybody called Steve from Minecraft, and I saw someone tweet that like please reconsider the casting for Steve. I'm gonna send you this tweet, and you guys are gonna laugh.
Oh my god, he is Steve. I feel bad.
I
Shout
feel
out
so bad.
Fusions though.
Oh,
Fusions from Boston Uprising. Shout out. He was actually a really good player back in the day.
Mm.
Back in my day, back when Overwatch League wasn't bankrupt.
But yeah,
I
no,
remember those days.
no, I also saw that same kind of tweet with the guy who was like, you know the meme like I am not a Minecraft like dirt block.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was like please reconsider, and then it showed a picture of him. That was the one I saw. But oh my god, this
Guys, what if they put Dream in the Minecraft movie?
I have
No.
literally never been this disappointed by a trailer. I don't think ever.
At least
Like,
it didn't have
I did
Dream
not-
in it.
I didn't think it was gonna be bad. But like, no, I didn't think it was gonna be bad. But like, this is a whole new level of
I mean,
what the
yeah,
fuck.
I never had expectations for Minecraft movies, so I can't really say I'm
No.
disappointed.
I didn't even know there was a Minecraft movie coming out.
Well, now you do, sadly.
Yeah.
And I think it at least has a little bit of character to it.
Oh, it has character.
I guess not good character, but
I like
it
the guy in
sure
the
does
pink
have
jacket. He's
character.
cute.
Jason Momoa.
Is that Jason Momoa?
Yeah, that's Jason Momoa.
Wow.
They I'm not no I disagree that.
Also, if the idea of the movie is to like, I suppose this
It's
isn't
to
really
get
spoilers.
money.
The movie's been out for a while, but if the whole idea of the movie is people from the real world like getting sent into a Minecraft world, they're literally just jacking the plot of the Barbie movie.
Also, no more Jumanji.
That too.
Well, just like there's so many. I
Not
mean, the
really
Monster Hunter
Barbie.
movie did that. The Barbie movie did that.
I wouldn't say just Barbie's. No.
I guess Barbie's
Because
flipped.
that's more.
take
Yeah,
the
they go into the
characters and
real
go to
world,
the real
which is
world.
a
That's
lot
true.
more common.
That's true.
Like what
Yeah.
you're talking about, Kane, is more like the Sonic movie or the Smurfs movie, or like
Katie's
Yeah, I
that
learning
suppose
about
you're
this
right.
Thai anime right now.
This is more isekai.
I can't believe Minecraft's an isekai anime.
I want to say
Yeah.
damn, but at the other on the other foot, I can't say anything because of NDA disclosure stuff.
What? They've got you signed
Huh?
up onto the
Huh?
Minecraft movie?
Oh no.
No, for another
No.
another isekai related thing,
Right. Okay.
which Wolf is also under.
I see. I see. I
Y'all
was
be
about to be
signing
very shocked.
NDAs? Y'all are way too important. What the fuck? I'm just some bum who plays video games. Like, what?
Guys, we shouldn't have talked about technical issues.
They could put you under an NDA.
No, I don't need
My
to be put
computer
under.
crashed fucking again.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Well,
Well,
but Camel Sandy. We go
Camel
mobile.
Sandy again.
Come on, we haven't even made it that far in the podcast, and my computer is still just going with Tom's voice.
I don't
Is
Well,
blame
it,
you.
is it your webcam that's crashing your stuff, or
I don't think so. I don't know it's crashing it. It may be OBS. Yeah.
Wow. Well, Camel Sandy, welcome back.
Yep. Glad to be back, I guess. So, Kane, you better not fuck up your audio, I guess.
Well, I'm just not gonna play audio on my computer then. Good to know.
Yeah.
Too bad I
It would
can't
be
watch the
funny if you
U.S.
blasted
Open
the
while I
trailer.
also record the podcast.
Oh, so tragic. I mean, can you technically like watch it on a separate device?
Yeah, I could if I wanted to do that. I'm not actually watching the U.S. Open right now. That's I just noticed that really sounds like I am. I'm not actually.
but you could have been, and now you can't.
Huh? Well, I
You
can't
could've
play.
been.
Well, I can't bring up the stream because even if I like mute it, like there's like a few seconds in there where it probably won't be muted, you know?
Yeah, and an ad will
Oh.
probably play.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
just mute the tab.
It sounds like a lot of work to watch the US Open.
Yeah. Wait, oh my god, computer, stop opening up. Okay, but yeah, I'm back on my computer. What games have y'all been playing in the last week? Because I know of one game y'all have played.
Do you?
Yes.
A non-Pokemon game?
Well, no, not that.
Oh, okay. I was
Oh,
confused.
I know which game Tom's trying to talk about, and I'm under an
Do you?
NDA about some of that.
What?
The Digimon game?
The oh no, I was thinking of what was it, Acro?
You're under an NDA for Acro?
From you.
Oh.
Tom, you're making people sign
No,
NDAs?
he's making it.
What's
This
going
is so
on here?
dumb. This sounds way more important or special than it is.
What?
I guess I'll talk.
Tom, just leak it. Just
I-
leak it.
I'll fucking leak it because I think it's funny. I don't think it's a
No, no, don't
big deal.
actually.
It's not a big deal. Eevee makes it sound way worse than it is. But there was a bug in the game, and so I reported it to the dev on Twitter just by sending them a DM. I said like, "Oh, here's a bug I found. Sorry if you've already had it reported," because I couldn't find anywhere formal to report bugs.
Yeah.
So I just sent it on Twitter. I said like, "Oh, by the way, I'm super enjoying the game." He just said, "Oh, thank you for the report. We'll fix it in the next patch." So on, so on. And then like later that day, he sends me a message with 3 Steam codes for the game, and he's like, "Oh shit, I meant to send that to someone else. So just give this to your friends. Sorry about that. Try not to mention this publicly."
Oh. Well, it's
And I thought
mentioned
that was very
publicly, I
funny.
guess.
And then I fumbled it up.
And that's just what I used the codes for because I did a small giveaway for that game on the YouTube video, and
Oh,
that's where I got the
yeah.
codes for that.
Okay.
I see.
But it seems like a very nice dev. He's a very funny guy. So go play Arco. Go buy it.
Yeah,
I do want to play that game. It looks pretty
yeah,
good.
any other game y'all have played with Pokemon in the title? Maybe B at the start of the name?
Well, I've been playing a Digimon game.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna annoy Andy here. But recently Gym Leader Ed did a Monstertainment Direct, and it showed off a bunch of Monstertainment non-Pokemon games because Ed doesn't really cover Pokemon fan games anymore. But that's another
That's a
topic
whole
in
can of
itself.
worms, yeah.
But at the end of it, they showed off a new Digimon fan game, which is like a weird, like Digimon fighting game. I played it a bit, and actually, Andy, before stream, you mentioned Duo Design left a comment about possibly doing a live episode. Duo Design is also a streamer, and they've been streaming this
No,
game a
I
lot,
know. Yeah.
and they've been playing a lot of Digital Tamers too, which is the Digimon fan game name. And when I went into their stream, what I saw them say is that they like it, but it is like incredibly grindy. And I think
Uh,
my thoughts are pretty much the same. The whole game is pretty much grinding up Digimon. So it feels really weird to play on PC, but after I played it for a bit, I went and downloaded it on Android because you can get it on Android, and it feels a lot better to just like play on your phone while watching something else. And so I've been really enjoying it mobilely. But yeah, I don't think it really is too good on PC, just because playing on PC feels like it needs 100% of your attention when it is just like a grinding game. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very high effort, very beautiful.
any game without Overworld Shadows?
Well, this is a Digimon game, so it. Oh, you're right. I get what you're saying. You're asking if we played a game without Overworld Shadows.
Well, so I
Yes.
like Andy asked earlier if there was a game that had Pokemon in the title that also started with a B that anybody's been playing, and I've been playing, I talked about this in a few previous episodes. I've been playing Pokemon Black on my phone.
Ah,
And
Mm-hmm.
it's so fun. I've convinced like all my friends to go back and play uh Pokemon Black. Or at
Nice.
least just Pokemon games on their phones, and me and one other guy are playing Pokemon Black. This dude, I don't know where he finds the time, honestly. Like he has probably ran through the entire game in like a few weeks, and like I started in May and I like just gotten my 8th badge. So I'm in a spot where hopefully within a few weeks I should be done with the game, but I mean the game very much still holds up to how good I believe it was to this day.
Nice.
But
you're
we haven't
actually
even
slow
reached
running.
the best part of the game yet. So
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a ROM hack the other day of Pokemon Pitch Black 2.
Pitch
It was
Black.
a ROM hack of just another difficulty hack of Black 2. And I just thought it was something different.
Okay.
'Cause
I'm
I don't
surprised. I
remember them
didn't know you
doing a
were.
whole lot of like I don't remember them doing a whole lot of changes, but enough good ones.
that's nice.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't know you really liked like a small enhancement hacks, Eevee. But if it's caught your
I
attention, then it must be.
I mean it was just something different.
Hmm.
I mean, I think the fact that it's a Gen 5 enhancement makes it a little bit more special,
Yeah.
I feel like. Just
I mean,
I guess though, I don't know.
another game everyone's been playing that we agreed to play last week, which we're not talking about in this episode, like in detail at least, unfortunately, because some people were not able to finish it.
All of us have not finished it.
Well,
To be
yeah,
honest, I don't know how
so
you
my point
expected
still
us to
stands.
finish this game in a week.
Hey, I was the one going, I don't think we can do this, but y'all were like, no, 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 let's give it a try, and I was like, all right.
You don't be putting
But
words in my mouth. I wasn't here. I was
Kane and
asleep.
Tom were the ones that were like, let's
I
Well,
think
give
we
it
it's
a
just
try.
me who
invited you
said it's
too. You
okay.
could have still joined last
Yeah.
Also
stream.
true, but I
Ugh.
didn't want to join in the middle of recording.
Why not?
It'd be cute.
That
It'd be cute.
I don't know. I thought that would be weird.
Eh.
I mean, I'm not the one
Right.
editing the episodes, so
Yeah. Um.
you
Don't worry,
probably
I
saved
give
Andy.
myself enough of a pain as it is.
You're welcome.
Thanks. But yeah, and I think all of you guys have made it to the first pivotal moment. I don't think Cade has put things together as quickly as Eevee did with that thing.
Well, I guess do we want to talk about this now
Well,
or next
well,
week?
okay. I literally, dude, I played 10 minutes of Berserk at the end of my last stream, where all of the sudden we start playing as Doran. So,
Mm-hmm.
so if I'm supposed to deduce things, I'm literally
I
playing
also
other
think it's
games like in between. I don't know.
I
I
also
don't
think it's
normally
better
do.
without the confirmation because I did watch
Well, yeah.
like Eevee's stream after playing a bit of mine, and I did see that I was like, oh, then that's 100% that way, and I was kind of happier with it a bit more out in the air until I had something confirmed.
Oh yeah, no, we did that on purpose, leaving it ambiguous. I was just teasing Cade.
What?
I was
Of
surprised that
what?
Eevee got it, like, immediately.
Is this something that
It
I don't
was...
know yet?
I think so, you haven't said that
Well,
you
it's
know it.
something I feel like
I
it
feel like
shouldn't be like 100%
I've said
confirmed.
some. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say that I know. Spoilers, by the way. Doran's
Big spoilers for
dad.
Berserk if you're watching.
Yeah, spoilers for
Yeah.
Berserk. Doran's dad is
Mhm.
the leader of Team Abyss, and he's like
Yeah.
he's supposed to be like the heir, I assume. Is that
Yeah.
the thing?
No.
And he's talking more about what happened to the main character.
Oh. Um well yeah, no, I wasn't able to figure that out because that literally happened at the end of the stream.
Yeah. Which also, Kane, if we're gonna do the Berserk episode next, I would suggest to get it done in a timely manner, to not like group it together with other games from now on, or else I don't think it's
Well,
gonna
yeah,
happen.
no, but we had made the decision
Yeah.
to
To
like
do
No,
these
not
like
games,
last
yeah.
talk
week it
about
was
Berserk
fine,
this game. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
but I don't think you would finish it.
I mean, I
But
might
And
still not
Cade,
finish it. You don't like we don't
True.
know. Like I'll do my best to only stream Berserk this entire week, and I still might not finish it.
Yeah.
but Cade, I want to watch
Oh,
you
that's
play
pretty close.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
You already did.
He already
Freddy's,
finished.
I want to see the real stuff.
Freddy's, fuck
Oh.
that. I'm not playing those games.
Yeah, Tom is the furthest along. I think he's like at the start of Act 4. Ethan is at the beginning of Act 3, and then Kane is at the beginning of Act 2.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back
so-
into my stream and see because that whole thing happened pretty quickly. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know what's happened, but Liam and Noah have been really yapping lately in my streams. I think it helped me with Five Nights at Eevee's because I wasn't as scared. But
Mm.
in important moments in Pokemon Berserk, I should probably be paying a little bit more attention. So I might have to go back and take a look and see what happened.
But no,
Yeah,
I'm
there was a-
very...
Really big moment right there, and you caught on to some of it because of Andy's like you know Andy's preferences in other games.
Oh, that's another
Yeah.
thing I have to say. Apparently, there's a misconception that what I like about DDLC is the fourth wall breaking elements. It's
Are you
not.
gonna say you like the dating sim element?
Who said that?
Well, no, just because, like, with the spoilers error message that shows up in Berserk, it's like, oh, this is probably, like, a fake crash and the game goes on because DDLC is an influence and, like, kind of, like, going off of that narrative. I'm like, not
Mhm.
exactly.
Oh, is that
They
something that
kinda, like-
Liam said?
That's something that you said.
That's something you said. That's something
I said
Tom
that?
said.
I also said it. Well, it's true, isn't it?
No, I don't think I
You're
said.
kind of
I don't think
DDLC.
I said the
I'm not saying
reason
it.
that. No. I don't think I went out and said your favorite element from DDLC is the fourth wall breaking elements. I don't think I ever said that.
Yeah, for me, I don't even register that as a part of DDLC, to be honest. Because
That's
to me, at
stupid.
that
That's
point,
like the main part.
no, that is not. Not to me. That is not the part that stood out to me. Like, that kind of thing is so overdone, especially in the horror genre at this point. Like, everyone's doing it. Like, if I ever make a horror game, I'm not doing that because that is so cliche. What was really interesting with me, and I think you see that a lot, especially in abstract, and as you'll see with Berserk, as Kane's gonna see, and Tom is kind of seen, and Eevee is kind of seen, like these what seem to be really simple characters, and like as you go throughout the game, you learn about like how maybe they're not as simple as what you once thought, and like really like they're complex and like more interesting characters than you first think, and that kind of um like betrayal of expectations I find really interesting and made me
Yeah.
really invested in the story in a way that not many others do. It's not the, oh, it's messing with my files, what the fuck? Like, no. I just find that really surface level and basic of a response to DDLC.
Mm.
No, yeah, I never thought that was like you could take
Yeah.
inspiration from that, but that's definitely not like a.
No.
I feel like yeah, if that's your biggest takeaway from DDLC as someone who has not even like barely even seen gameplay, I think of the game, like, I like it's not gonna like Andy's biggest takeaway from a game is not gonna be surface level as surface level as
No.
that, and it's gonna be narrative
Yeah.
based. That's just how it's gonna work.
I think Cade playing DDLC stream would be very funny, but I think he would absolutely hate it because it is 90% a cutesy Dayton sim.
Not
Yeah.
90%, more like 60.
There's like 2 or 3 hours of Dayton sim in there.
And in Berserk, there's like 2 hours of normal Pokemon.
Yeah, but I like Pokemon. I don't
Yeah.
like dating sims.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's the
don't
thing.
really
What?
like dating sims either
Yeah.
personally. Surprise,
No,
surprise.
I had never played a dating sim before that. I'm also
I
not a
like
big.
dating sims.
I'm
I'm the
neutral towards
minority
dating
here.
sims. I'm neutral. I don't
Do
I'm
you
not
have a
hating on
I'm
people
not.
who
favorite
like
dating
dating
sim,
sims.
Eevee?
I'm just saying they're not for me. Just like horror games are not for me.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about Berserk with y'all because Berserk has been a very divisive game with people's final thoughts. People either really, really like it or do not like it. There's not really people that are in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I guarantee you I will probably be the first person to be in the middle about it.
I don't think you will. I think you will have an extreme reaction.
Okay. Okay. Because I
Interesting.
just feel like I I don't know. I feel like a lot of people when things I don't know. You keep teasing us about unexpected things that continually happen throughout Berserk, and I feel like that causes a lot of people to have like unnuanced takes. Whereas
Mm.
I try and pride myself in having nuanced takes, so that's where I'm like, yeah, I'll probably be more centrist than like most people who play Berserk. But that maybe I'm just wrong. Who knows?
We'll just have to see.
We'll have to see.
I will say, before I saw y'all play, I made guesses on what y'all's opinions would be. I assumed, I'll just tell you my guesses now, I guess. I guess Tom would really like it. Eevee would probably be the most neutral, but still lean towards more liking it. And then Cade would be the most critical.
I
This is
honestly
gonna be
don't think so,
fun,
'cause
man.
This is
I
gonna be
guess we'll
fun.
see.
I don't like
But I think
even if there's something bigger going on, like you hit one of the biggest things that I love in Pokemon games already in multiple protagonists. I don't know. I'm sure there's some common thread tying them all together, but like multiple protagonists, good in my book.
Which, yeah, when I did that with the game, I completely forgot about your opinion with multiple protagonists, so that was not on purpose.
Love it.
Same thing with another thing aligning with another one of my friends. Then I was like, oh yeah, that really aligns with you too. Well, that was not my bad, but like that was unintentional.
Unintentional,
Eevee
but we
may know
take
what
it.
I'm talking about. May.
this is too vague speak. I got no idea.
Yeah, this is a little too vague.
It has to do with the
May-
sickle. The
the
sickle
sick-
mod.
Oh,
Is your friend a communist?
No.
Oh, you're talking about Guz or whatever, right?
Yeah, Guz.
Yeah.
Just because, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was like I didn't think that was like a direct nod to them. I
Oh no.
just kind of thought, ooh, I bet Gus will like it.
Oh yeah, Guz liked it.
Eevee, I wanted to ask, what's your
Mhm.
favorite dating sim if you like dating sims?
Ooh, okay. I I'm torn between Hustle Cat
Hustle.
Hustle cat.
and Our Life Beginning and is it Beginning and Always?
Yeah, I think it is. I like beginnings and always.
Beginnings and Always, yeah. So Hustle Cat was just fun. It was cute. And I gotta remember his name. Um the first like as soon as I ran into one of the main characters, I'm just like, he's mine. That's my boyfriend. I love him. I will kill people for him. And I'm having like the biggest blank on his name.
Really left an imprint, didn't they?
I was gonna say it can't be that important.
It was Landry. I mean, like I played it back like it's been a long time since I played it. I need to play it again.
It looks cute. You work at a little cat cafe. What more could you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah,
And then
so should
Our
we
Life. Oh,
Oh no, I was just gonna say should we start talking about the jam games we were going to, but yeah, you can go.
Our Life touches on a part like one of my favorite tropes of like childhood best friends grow up together, and it's like kind of a slow you're best friends, but you also like kind of have feelings for each other, and then it slowly just kind of develops more and more and more, and you're just it's especially with how Cove is just this cute blushy little guy the whole time. And it's like if you ever try to like if you try to make a move or anything, he like even when like especially when he's older, if you try to like do something where you're like I really like you,
Wait,
he
you
gets
can make a
so
move on him when he's younger?
yeah, but you're also like you grow up together.
Kids can have crushes. It's okay.
Yeah.
Not according to the internet, but
Well, yeah. Because I mean, you start out at like age 8, and then you go up to like somewhere in your 20s,
That's cool. So
and
the
you
game
just
takes
slowly
place over like their whole life.
yeah.
That's really neat, I think.
And one of the DLCs is, if I'm not mistaken, one of the DLCs is where y'all get married, where
Oh,
you can get married to the main guy, Cove. But then there are like there are paid DLCs where you can get where you can have a romance with a couple of other characters, but I didn't like them as much as Cove. But some of that's also Cove is just the best boy in my opinion, and especially back I couldn't stand Baxter. Could not stand Baxter. He has such an arrogant personality that mm,
oh no. I'm glad to hear a little bit about some of the experience with more like visual novel dating sim stuff, Eevee, because
yeah.
I do not know much.
but yeah, the two games that we're gonna talk about today, I think, are Five Nights with Eevees and Samsara.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
think
there's
so.
too much we can say about them, but we'll
Yeah,
try.
that was kind of my thing. I was like, are we gonna be able to fill up a whole episode in these games? I mean,
We've
should we
already
get some
spent.
Samsara out of the way? Because that'll probably be shorter than Five Nights with Eevees.
I
Sure.
have not watched or played anything with Samsara.
That's okay. I guess does someone
Alright.
want to take an attempt at describing the premise of Samsara?
So Samsara, you're in this afterlife, right? Okay. So there are these Pokemon, right? Okay, I'm terrible at describing things. Okay, so you're in the afterlife and there are Pokemon who you basically have to like put next to each other, but they have to be the same kind of Pokemon in order for them to evolve and like move on and reincarnate into those Pokemon, I think. It was a little confusing to me.
So in terms of like story, it's just you're working for an Jirachi with an English accent, and you're helping Pokemon
I've
pass
been
on to
told
the
it's an
afterlife.
Australian accent, actually.
I don't think it's an Australian accent, and I'm
Hey,
saying that as
look
an
here.
Australian.
You
So
look Mustang.
that was
Oi!
not Australian slang right there. That was proper English.
Oi.
Oi, bruv? Is oi,
You
bruv
popped it.
English or Australian?
I think you can get an oi bruv English, and we were talking about like muck stains and shit. Like
You popped it, didn't you?
Australian,
Got
g'day
it?
mate, you want to go on for Barbie? Let's go. English is like, give me a bottle of water, you little C
What?
words. You want one? Oh, square up, mate. You're fucking asking for it now, ain't you? That's what
Arsehole.
Jirachi was like. But yeah.
I'm
Oil.
sorry, I
So you're
find
working
British
for
accents so funny.
you're working for British Jirachi and you want to help Pokemon move on. Gameplay wise, you walk around a little grid and you have to pick up Pokemon and place them down. And when you place two Pokemon of the same kind next to each other, you get a bunch of points in the form of karma. While all that's going on, different like Pokemon like Snorlax and Centiskorch will come through the map and try to mess up your hard work of laying these Pokemon down next to each other. That's the gist of it, I believe.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah,
what did they describe it as, like, in the actual thread?
it's a
Because
tile matcher, they said.
yeah,
But yeah, you died before you were reincarnated, and Jirachi wants you to help some other Pokemon evolve in the afterlife before they get reincarnated. It's hazardous work, though. And then, yeah, it's a tile matcher, falling block game where you place two or more Pokemon together to get them to evolve to gain karma.
yeah, that.
Yeah.
Okay, with minimal understanding, is this just Bejeweled or Candy Crush?
It's
I
kind of
thought
like Candy Crush
it's
meets
kind of like Candy
It's
Space
Crush,
different.
Invaders.
though I've never
Okay.
played Candy Crush, so I don't know.
It's different from Candy Crush. But,
And it's just like an arcade game, so the goal is just to get a high score. There's not much more than that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
which, I don't know, to me, this is a highlight game of the jam. Like, I think I like this a lot more than most people did.
Really? You really like this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised. I guess I'll give a quick like coverage on my thoughts. I thought the art was absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of like custom art and it's all a neat art style. I feel like it all works together very nicely and just looks very nice and unique. Mechanically, I think it's very cool that they've managed to make like a arcade game like this. I'm always a fan of Pokemon games that aren't Pokemon games but try a different genre of game. So it's really cool
Mm-hmm.
to see something like this. Um, and while I didn't like the gameplay too much, I didn't find it
Oh,
too
fuck
like
off.
what? I didn't find it like too. It didn't pull me in too much. What I did really appreciate was the settings, the customizability for the game. Something this game has is a settings menu where you can change like every detail about the game, and it lets you change the speed. It lets you change like how quickly Pokemon spawn, and I had a lot of fun playing around with that. And I think that's just like a really nice feature so that you can balance the game to your own desire. Because some people might want like a challenging 20-minute game, but some people might want like a shorter 5-minute game. And I thought that was a perfect feature.
No, I 100% agree with 99% of what Tom said, except for the gameplay not being that good because I don't know what the
I didn't
fuck
say it's
Tom is
not good.
smoking
I
over
said it
there.
didn't pull me in.
Now, tomato
I
semantics.
don't use objective words like that.
Okay, I don't agree that it didn't pull him in. For me, I mean, it's not like flashy gameplay, I guess, but I don't know. For me, there was something so oddly like calm and chill about like all these Pokemon being erased. I said
What?
that
That sounds so
sarcastically.
morbid.
Yeah, that
I was
does.
Erase the
sarcastically.
Pokemon.
No, but just like putting them next to each other and watching them evolve and like trying to get. I think the only thing that was a bit frustrating was like the Zubats that would come in and swoop them. Those just felt kind of random and like, oh fuck you, game. Uh, but
I
that was
think
like
that's when you get
literally
points, isn't it?
no. I don't
No?
think so.
I
Isn't
don't think
that
you
them
got
like
points for
getting rid
those.
of? Isn't that them just getting rid of your Pokemon? Because that's not them evolving.
I feel like they evolve, they sit there for a bit, and then they get picked up. I don't know.
No, they
Again,
go off on their own. They fly off. No, like the Zubats like going and like picking up their pre-evolved Pokemon.
ah,
You know what I'm talking about? No?
like I know the
I guess you
Zubats.
think.
I know the Zubats would come in and they'd place them, but then they'd. I thought they took away the evolved ones, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're wrong. But and like the art was so good, and it was just so unique, creative, and like for me, just such a stupid highlight of the jam, which apparently comes as a surprise because like all obviously I'm still a story guy. If you can't tell, there is a fuck all story here. I feel like I'm swearing a lot more today. I don't know why.
You
Uh,
are. I'm just. I mean, look, you
I
are
mean, you're
your own
back in
person.
school,
I'm
right?
not gonna tell you.
You
I
have
mean,
to
true.
get rid of
Yeah.
the hatred of going to school, not in school.
Yeah.
When
Again,
I
I
worked
think
the
it's that
summer
Minecraft
jobs,
trailer.
when when I worked summer jobs of like teaching kids all day, I would come in here, stream, and swear like a sailor. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably what
No.
it was.
hmm I still think it's the Minecraft trailer, but no, like Samsara is just it's so good. Even though, like I said, I'm a story guy, and there's like no story at all here. I don't need everything to have a story. If it has like something that it has really good, then that's all I need. And for me, that was the gameplay, the arcaneness of just like being able to just pick it up, just do a little bit of fun, just chill, like connecting. Like honestly, I could see this being like a really fun like mobile game for me to play. Just like while I'm at school, trying not to lose my fucking mind, just like playing a little bit of Samsara.
Okay.
I can definitely see this being a good mobile game.
Me too.
I might be even more negative than Tom. Just because
Oh no.
this type of game is just not for me. It's very clearly not for me. I have never played Candy Crush in my life, and all of the gameplay I've seen of it
Neither
has been very uninteresting to me. And I felt that, I mean, game's gameplay loop, from what I understand, is very similar. And I mean, it was the same thing. Not that I don't think this game's a good game, because I think I mean, for people who enjoy this type of game, I think it's probably very well made. I mean, we're hearing Andy, who really likes the game. I do have to say, the art of this game is fantastic, though.
Oh yeah.
It is
Mm.
it is actually amazing. I love the art style and like the aesthetic of this game. That specifically feels like amazing. Um, but I think the gameplay for me was like very frustrating. I don't know if I just made turn the settings on like to be too difficult. I don't think I did. I think I lowered the game time, and then I kept everything else on default. Um and I
Honestly,
just
like lowering the game time, I found messed with the pacing a bit from like because I played a normal 30-minute round first, and like the pacing and flow of like the increase in difficulty I found was a lot better and felt more natural than like when I lowered down the time.
well, I gotta be honest, I already felt the game was being too difficult when I started the game. So I might just not be good at these games. Because I felt like I was getting kind of like overwhelmed, like even from the beginning of like taking things and like putting them next to each other. And I felt that specifically there was like some input lag in terms of like picking up Pokemon and then like moving around. I felt that like um Like for everything else, like in the settings menu, you have to like mash the button instead of you can just hold it. But for movement, you can hold, and you actually have to like hold the button down. It felt to me like a little bit like longer. Like you can't just like tap the button and your character moves one tile. It felt like I had to hold down the button for a little bit and then let go and hope my character moved one tile instead of two. So doing like little precise movements I found to be like very, very difficult throughout the entire game. Um, and then yeah, I guess I mean I'm not good at these games obviously, so I just
I
felt the
guess
game is too difficult.
I guess for me, the only like learning curve for me when it came to stuff like that was like not. I would always want to go to the tile I wanted to place the Pokemon for, and not like the tile away from it.
Mm.
That was the only thing with me that like took me a bit of getting used to.
I
Ronko
think I
had
did
like a
that at the
really
very
good
beginning.
Ronko had a really good suggestion for the controls in the comments. I remember seeing this and I very much liked it. But like she suggested like a pivot button, like you hold shift and your character won't move, but they'll change the way they're facing. Because like
Mm,
what Ked was saying with the controls, it's really hard to just change the facing directing without actually moving. And I think a button to change direction specifically like shift
like a
would
pivot button.
yeah, a pivot button would make it a lot more easier to be precise with your movements. Even if stuff like maybe the input lag isn't too easy to fix due to the nature of the engine or something, a pivot button should be able to be implemented.
Well, y'all thought I couldn't be positive. Y'all thought I was a hater.
I never said that.
I never said it out loud. And still haven't.
True.
Just
I remember
heavily
there was
invert.
someone that was like, maybe you're just a hater, Andy, and I'm like,
Oh, maybe I said
sure.
something along those
I'm gonna
lines.
say I think Tom might have been the person to say
I
that.
probably said something along those lines.
Yeah, probably. That sounds like Tom.
I won't know.
But yeah, Samsara. I give a big thumbs up to Samsara. Heavily recommend. I don't know. I had a fun time with it.
Good.
Also, another thing I need to point out: there aren't really many bugs,
Always
which
a
I found
plus.
impressive. Because there is a lot of coding around this game.
Yeah. I think
This isn't. Yeah.
this game it's like probably pretty easy to figure out the bugs though. I would
Yeah.
guess in their testing. No, I'm not
I
sure.
mean,
This is a, yeah.
it's
not.
still nice to not
Yeah, no,
have
it's very
bugs.
nice, yeah.
This isn't me critiquing the game because I think it's unfair for me to say this, but when I did pump all the settings up, I did find I got pushed out of the arena by all the
Oh.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I did do a run with that too. That was actually hilarious.
Oh.
But yeah, that's
It
not
becomes
really
more
a
bullet
bug
hell
bug.
compared to
Yeah.
anything else.
Dang. But this was
Yeah.
also a solo dev, which is
Yeah.
something that I like.
It doesn't feel like a
I still
solo
haven't
jam
played
project.
it.
I do have
but
to say,
to
this
Ended
see
is
the
that this
first
was a
this is
solo
a
dev and
very,
hear y'all's
very
praises.
yeah, like although I like the game's not for me, I think like this is a very, very impressive jam game.
It is very
Like
impressive.
super impressive.
And this is their first game.
First game.
Jam game.
First jam
They
game.
did make another fan game before this.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. I only saw
Yeah,
where they've
Kenny
made 3 posts on the
streamed
forum
it.
before.
Yeah, they made
So I assumed that was-
Super Surfing Pikachu DX. I can link it.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, this game.
Oh,
That
it's cute.
game. So yeah, I definitely have an eye on this dev.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Definitely.
I'm excited.
Oh, Super Surfing Pikachu is currently the game of the day on EV Expo.
Oh,
Look at
Oh, what the
that.
hell?
Nice.
What stress
timing.
did Kenny pull?
But yeah, the next game we talked about was Five Nights with Eevees, which is FNAF with a couple of different ways that the animatronics work.
So how
basically.
many of us have played FNAF before?
Me.
Nope.
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 Yeah, I think y'all can tell I'm Gen Z.
I'm
So
Gen
I
Z
act-
too.
Back in my
I think I'm
day,
Gen Z.
I think am I the only millennial in here?
Though I've been told at work that I'm essentially a millennial, even though I'm technically Gen Z.
yeah, yeah, you're. I wouldn't call you
Were
traditional.
Were you
Gen
born
Z, I
in
guess.
the 90s at all, Cade?
Nope.
No?
2001.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm the only one born in. I'm the only one not born in this millennium. My license has a 19 on it.
Okay, Grandpa.
All right,
Maybe
Grandma,
we need
let's
to take
get you to
license
bed.
away.
Wow. Can't believe you're that old, Eevee.
I am.
No, but I actually didn't play Five Nights with Eevees. I watched my brother play it, who is a lot more in the like FNAF scene, has played a lot of FNAF fan games. So he is like the voice of that side, and that's kind of why I went to see him play it.
Mm.
I have a document of his thoughts. I asked if he wanted to join this episode. He didn't, unfortunately, but I get it.
Mm.
There was a huge bug. I don't know if you guys got it though. Like if you saw it happen.
Is the door
If
bug?
Yeah, if you leave the doors like active, same with the heater, same with the camera when you end a night, death or like the end of night is over, they will not like take up power the next night.
Yeah, I watched Cade and he.
Oh,
he got to
I
exploit the
put my
hell
door
out of
back
that.
down, like at the start of every night, and it still didn't. It still didn't take.
That too. You
that
had to
very
like
Same with
click it twice.
Kate, I
Heater.
think, yeah, just in the later levels, I think the energy consumption is a bit broken, and so you can just put the doors down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's
mean, like-
because those levels you probably died with the doors down, or ended the night with the doors down.
Well, I think too, like there, if any, like, the only reason you would not look at the tablet then in the later nights, if the energy consumption is not an issue, is because of the Sylveon.
Which
Mhm.
okay, so with like the energy consumption already, I feel like a lot. We weren't able to test it because of the bugs, but it felt like it didn't go down enough for when you were
No,
using
yeah, in
stuff.
the thread,
Because
they
Yeah.
say
like
it's impossible to reach 0. Like, you
Yeah.
can't, even if you try.
exactly, like
I'm
you
fine
can
with
just
that.
leave the doors down. Well, no, that completely breaks the gameplay system, okay?
Yeah.
And that
I
is
know,
not
but
how
I'm
it
okay
works.
with that.
No, that is bad. That is very, very bad. Because you can just leave the doors down, and then they're just dealt with the whole game.
And
They're
that's
just
definitely
fine.
nice in the later levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, layer. Okay, so let's talk about layer levels at like Night 6. Marshadow completely fricks the balancing of the whole thing because it makes everyone at their last stage, they're all basically ready to kill you, you know? We all
Mhm.
know that's how Marshadow
Yeah.
works? Okay.
Mhm.
So, Sylveon is at max, like, sensitivity for, camera. Basically, Sylveon will, like, become sensitive if you're looking at your camera, and will kill you if you look at it too much. And the two vent people, you have to look in the camera to see who's at the vent, and if it's
They
the
have names.
Umbreon, and if it's the Umbreon, you flash it. If it's the Espeon, you don't flash it. You see the problem there? One of them is at the vent. You can't really look at the camera because the Sylveon will boink you and kill you, but if you don't, then it's a 50-50 coin flip.
I just get like
thought
lucky
them-
then, because I don't remember having the Marshadow appear and then also all of a sudden having to deal with someone in the vent. I
Oh,
just
that
had
was
to deal with
every
the
You have
time.
Sylveon.
to. Kate, I saw that happen to you a couple
Oh.
times, I'm pretty sure.
Then did I just use my cams and not get killed
You
then?
just quickly
Yeah, I
cammed.
think you.
checked
Yeah,
it.
Okay,
just
I just
quickly
quick cammed.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah,
You
I
did
mean
really
like
good with that.
But still, I feel like that's like the vent people in general are a little stupid to deal with because like they don't really work with physics with just like jumping in front of each other and like that whole thing. And like one time
I
my brother like opened up the camera, went, "Alright, this is the Umbreon, I will flash it." Flash. Espeon killed him and he went, "What the fuck?"
Well, I mean, like I did that too, and the way it was like explained to me is that's just how Five Nights at Freddy is. You're just like
Mine is not.
you just have to learn how to deal with it by like
Well-
getting killed.
Yes, that's how it works. You need to figure out how it works. The thing is, we saw the vent. It was an Umbreon. That meant we could flash it. We did. Espeon killed us, meaning Espeon was at the vent, but we saw Umbreon.
At the very end of the vent?
Yes.
that
Because
sounds
what
like a bug or something that
no,
was.
because
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I don't
talking-
know.
that's
I
what
had
I'm saying.
somebody in chat tell me that like, and so I assume this is a feature of the game. Maybe it's not. That Espeon and Umbreon can switch spots at any time. So what
Oh, that's so
happens?
fucking no.
So what happens is you have to wait until you see the eyes in the vent to know that they're in the final like location. Then you check which one it is, and then you act accordingly. Now
Which,
I
yes,
thought that
yeah,
was
which-
kind of dumb, but
Yeah, which that's I know that's
I
what
don't
they're
know.
trying to do. I understand that that's the idea. What I'm saying is that's not a good idea.
I don't know. I
Because
thought it worked
especially
fine once
with
you
when you
knew how it
have an
worked.
animatronic. Well, especially when you have an animatronic that punishes you for looking at the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like you're punished for looking once, you're punished for looking for too long. So I think that works well. It's just like you have to be quick about it. It raises the tension, and this game seems to be 100% about tension.
But I felt like there could have been a better way to do it. Is my main thing. It wasn't like a huge deal. Like my brother also didn't think it was a huge deal. It's just it felt like one of those clunky things that didn't entirely make sense.
I
feel
kind of
like
really
Sil-
liked the. You can go, Eevee.
I felt like Sylveon, like even when Marshadow was active, it felt like Sylveon moved just a little too fast, in my opinion. I don't know if that's just how its counterpart in FNAF works,
It
or
doesn't have a
if that
counterpart
was
in FNAF.
oh, then yeah, I just think it was a little like because I saw a couple of times where Cade would like just barely glance at his tablet, and it was already like 2 or 3 stages into getting ready to kill after
well,
like
so like
0.02 seconds.
so how it works from my understanding is that number one, the Marshadow is like a big factor because like
Yeah, for some.
like then it's like essentially ready to kill you if the Marshadow thing happens. But then also it's like it's not like you bring your tablet away and it instantly like the Sylveon instantly goes back down to normal. It actually continues to build for a few seconds after you put your tablet down, and then it starts decreasing at the same rate. I'm pretty sure that it increases. So what I would do is I would wait for it to get all the way back to its first stage, and then I would bring up my tablet again.
Oh, here. So this is something my brother wrote a paragraph for stuff I'd recommend changing. Please add some way of knowing whether a vent person has left. There is no way of knowing if no flash person is left and the flash person is entered without actively checking the camera. And Sylveon doesn't exactly incentivize doing that, especially on night 6 where it just goes max level for a moment. Which, yeah, and that's something that's also weird, because with the door people, like Vaporeon
runaway
and
sound.
Flareon, yeah, they have a runaway sound, but the vent people don't.
But I guess you know when
others
then people leave because
Well, not
you'll
if
have
they
done
take-
something with your flashlight.
not for the no flash person.
Well, then you'll see the
You
eyes
don't do
disappear.
anything with him. Not if the person comes in right afterwards.
Okay, but
Especially
that
if
would be
you're not
like
looking
very
right at.
quick.
Also, what they said, it's annoying to see the Flash one and Vent one, see someone pop in the vent and still having to go check and see if flashes move forward or if no flashes jumped in line. So yeah, that's what I was talking about before.
I kind of like that. in my opinion. I like that you had to check when you see the eyes. Like
I
It-
think
no.
with the door glitch existing, I think it's a good feature. With the door glitch, if the door glitch didn't exist, then I would hate that, because
Yeah,
that's just
exactly, like,
another
with the
thing that
door
you have to
glitch.
check.
With the door glitch, it'd be fine, but because you have to look at that 1 second before it kills you, then it's not good. Like, you should be able to track it and be like, okay, it's coming. Because then you're still looking at the cameras. You still have to look at it early on to know, and remember that is the flash person when you see the eyes show up. It's not like a broken mechanic.
right, but the whole game's about multitasking, and it's supposed to
Yeah,
get
so that
more
would
and more
still
intense
be
as you go on.
multitasking. And it would just be more fair, in my opinion. If it
I don't know.
worked
I
like
guess
that.
I'll ramble a little bit for a bit. I really liked the progression of this game, and I really liked each new Eevee that got introduced. I think a common opinion is that Glaceon and Leafeon don't really do much, but still, I think the having to manage the heater was a nice addition as well. You start off fairly simple with just the doors, and then you get the vents, and then you have to manage the heater, making sure it's going up and down. And at this point, you're probably pretty attached to your iPad because your iPad can help manage everything. You pretty much only get off your
Not
iPad
really.
to turn off the heater or to close the doors or whatever.
You only need the camera to check at that point the Voltion. That's all you need.
Right,
it for.
but you have no
And the vent
reason,
people.
and the door people.
No, not the door people. Because you can just like use the lights on the doors to see if they're
Right,
there.
but if you're trying to like be conservative with energy, even though you don't need to, you can
Well,
just view
camera
them
also
on the
takes
camera.
up power.
I was told camera does no power.
No, camera takes power.
No, camera takes
Okay,
power.
anyway, the
It
point
just
I was
takes it at
getting
a
at
very
is
low
that
rate.
Not really, but
at
it's like
this
the same
point, you are not like discouraged from using your iPad. Your iPad is like a very safe place. It tells you where everyone is. It tells you who's Espeon, who's Umbreon. It tells you where Flareon and Vaporeon are. You can keep on watching Voltzion. It's very nice. It's very cozy.
Y'all really
and you
keep
hardly
saying
ever-
Voltzion instead of Jolteon, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Right.
correct you. I'm just
Wait,
like,
what?
I
Wait,
know
what?
what you're
Jolteon.
talking about, but
Oh, fuck!
Jolteon, right.
Voltion. Yeah, not Voltion.
But then I
Voltion,
thought
if the game
after
we're
that,
watching, we're probably getting
Yeah,
like a heart
Voltion.
attack.
I felt like Sylveon was a perfect addition because right now for me the camera felt like a very safe place, and then I had to sort of learn to not be an iPad baby and only do quick peeks at
Okay.
the camera instead.
You know what? They should give this game to Gen Alpha. That's what they should do. And it'll
What
teach
I'm
them to
getting,
not be an
Tom-
iPad baby.
So what I'm getting, Tom, is that you didn't like Samsara, but you loved this.
What the hell, man?
Okay.
Don't put. I didn't say I didn't like Samsara. I said like it didn't pull me in too much. I thought it was a great game. I think it's very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And why the hell do we have to rank them? Why do
we
we have to
see
say
you-
Samsara is
we,
better
okay,
than
we
this?
see you changing narratives. Okay, okay.
I think
You're
by the
trying
very
to make me rank them and put one above the other, which is like everything I hate in a game jam.
I think by the very nature of a Five Nights game, you have to be like very focused on everything because you're multitasking. So like it's easier to get brought in. Whereas like Samsara, there's not like
Like,
Like
it's
immediate
also just a
death
different
threatened.
genre of game.
it's also a
completely.
different genre, yeah.
It's not fair to compare them.
no.
Okay. I was saying that as a joke. Obviously, that did not land. I'm just gonna say what my brother said as his closing thoughts. Overall, it's still a good FNAF game, especially given the system it's being run on. It's just a little jank at times and incredibly easy to exploit, to the point where I can't tell if the power is set well because I just always left the doors up. There you go. And you can talk.
fair.
now.
So
And
I will
disagree with
say-
me, but when I disagree with you, I am whatever.
I think like had these glitches not existed, especially the door one, this would be an extremely difficult game, and I don't think I probably would have gotten past like night 4. So I'm very happy that the glitch existed, so I was actually able to finish the game. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't played other FNAF games, so I don't know how difficult this game is relative to that core series. But if I'm just coming in as someone who doesn't know anything about FNAF and stuff like that, I would say this game completely with no bugs is far too difficult. But again, that's just me. So I don't know. But I think like overall, and it's my same thing, like both Five Nights at Eevee's and Samsara for me are like not games that are not like, I am not the intended audience of these games. Like I am not fans of the genres that these games are. However, I can see the quality in both of them, and I think they are both well put together games. And those are my thoughts on both games. Also, the art in Five Nights at Eevee's is incredible, and I feel so bad that we have just started.
Oh yeah, I
it
was
is
just
now.
gonna mention
Everything's so
that.
I've been waiting for someone to say it. 'Cause
I
I'm
was
just
gonna
like,
say it, but then people kept interrupting my points. But
yeah, absolutely
Okay.
beautiful artwork by those developers. Because you know that there's a lot, like there's not, it didn't look like there's much of an animation system. It was like, especially when you look at this point, I'm just gonna keep up with the joke when you're looking at Voltzion, and and like the wires light up. It looks like it's, to me it looks like it's like they just changed the picture instead of having it set as like a toggle, and that could be incorrect for all I know, but that's what it looks like to me.
No,
and I kind of
think
like that.
to make my thumbnails, I go into the files of the game. This is all just images. It's not.
well, yeah.
It's not. There's no animation. I think,
Okay,
which is
yeah,
fine.
that's
It's
There's
not.
no issue
yeah,
with
that's
that.
honestly kind of cool.
That's how FNAF is.
Really?
It's all just it's all just still images.
Wow. Dang.
And then they made a movie about it.
And then yeah.
Oh, we don't need to talk about that movie. Anyways, any other thoughts?
Would you
I
rather?
guess-
Would you rather watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie or the Minecraft movie?
Oh, FNAF movie. How many million times out of whatever.
I watched the FNAF movie twice. I thought it was alright.
It was fine.
Like, it wasn't anything crazy.
There were
but-
lots of problems, but it was fine. Nothing close to the Minecraft movie. What the fuck? But you know.
I'm so excited to
You're
see.
basing this off of just a trailer.
I know we've got like 2
Okay,
minutes of
but-
Minecraft movie. I'm excited for the full 1 hour 30.
I feel like you can get an idea from a trailer, and oh boy, do I get an idea. Ugh.
But just something quickly I wanted to say about the difficulty. I think, yeah, if obviously the battery management in this game is completely just a bit unbalanced. I think if it was balanced so that you had to be a lot more careful, this would be a really, really tough game. I did do Night 5 without abusing the door glitch. I still did like the Vaporeon and Flareon the way they're meant to be done.
Yeah, my brother beat like the entire game without abusing the door glitch, so yeah.
Right. So I think the difficulty is like okay, but I guess
It's
once
okay
you
for people
consider
used to FNAF, but for people who aren't used to FNAF, which is most of this community, I can definitely see it being hard.
right. I think like if the battery was like a real issue, the added tension of going like near 10% and being like, oh crap, I really shouldn't be using the doors anymore, but I have to. I think that'd make things really tough and really tense. It would be interesting to see, but that sounds tough as nails, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess Eevee, did you enjoy watching Cade play?
I did. I enjoyed Cade's commentary, and I do think that him having his co-host definitely did ease some of the tension. I do like that it kept true to FNAF, where it's very atmospheric and like there's no background music. It's just like the ambiance and how heavily it relies on that. I thought that was really really nice. I think one of his friends mentioned that, and I thought that was a really good way to look at it, because it did give that very just like eerie feeling of just sitting in the control booth and sitting there with
Although I will say,
no distractions.
at first glance, the lore about the world isn't very clear. About like where you're at, why are there these animatronic evolutions? I will say that as a critique. Also, the title music will always be funny to me. It just sounds like a Western standoff.
Well, I think I actually like both of those things, because I feel like you have to continue on and like keep going night after night to actually figure out like where you are, what's going on, and then once you figure out what's going on, I think the title screen music actually really fits. I think it feels like a Burn Tower, Bell Tower-esque theme.
Well, I'm fine with some, like, mystery, of course, with the lore, but it just felt like nothing was given to you. I guess. And that's not a major complaint, that's just me noting something.
I mean, yeah, I think like it would have been more interesting to have more information on the world, but I think like obviously this game's not meant to have like any story at all, really.
Well,
and I enjoyed the
Forgotten
stuff
Saint.
that we get, but yeah, I agree with you. Like, had we been able to get more, that would have been cooler. That's just me though.
Yeah, I think my one like major critique of this, and I already told this to Starwolf, and Starwolf pretty much agreed. But for someone who doesn't know much about FNAF, it's really unintuitive how the mechanics work.
I do agree.
Lucky because I knew like a tiny bit about FNAF, but not really. But I had Kenny and Rigfig in chat to help me, and then Cade had his co-host friend to help explain things to him. But
Yeah.
I know Kenny played this game by himself, and he was just so confused about how mechanics work because he had never played FNAF before. But yeah,
I would have been in your shoes, Tom, because my understanding of Five Nights at Freddy's is only like some of the lore through cultural osmosis. Very little about the
Life of
gameplay.
87, the end.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was very lucky to have my Coke. I was very lucky to have Lee and Minnow on the call with me, because they're both like, Noah especially is like a big, like, y'all know him as like the movie guy. He's very into FNAF, I think. Maybe not as much as your brother Andy, but he was he had played the games, and he was aware of how everything worked, and that very much helped me figure out how to play the game. But I will also say, going off of and we talked about this a few minutes ago and I forgot to say it, but in terms of like the ambiance and like just atmosphere and just like no music, I think that actually helps me, because I get really scared when there's like very suspenseful, like horror-esque music going on. Like, that's when I get really scared. So for there to be like no audio, yeah, so for there to be no audio in the game at all, really, it was honestly just fine. But I don't know.
I mean, would it have been better if Entrance of the Gladiators was playing in the background the whole time?
What's that?
Is it a bad thing that I don't know what that is?
It's
I don't know
the
either.
I mean, I don't know what it is either.
circus clown music.
Oh, honestly, that would have been
Entrance of the
hilarious.
Gladiators.
That'd be
I wish
kind
I
of
was
funny.
making that up.
I'm so confused.
The one that goes like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been
It is called
hilarious,
Entrance
actually.
of the Gladiators.
I didn't know it was called Entrance of the Gladiators.
Go you, song naming guy.
If I was playing, I think I would have just spent the whole game laughing.
That's true. I would not have beaten the game if
Alright,
that music was going on.
so I have a new challenge, and that's to make a horror game with Entrance to the Gladiators, and I got it.
Oh, that I think a clown themed horror
That would
game
go
would
so
definitely
hard.
pull that off.
Dude, oh no. A clown horror game? I will never play
Oh,
that game, even if
no.
Andy makes it.
What do you mean? Even?
Fuck no. Huh?
No,
Hmm?
for some reason, when you said even when Andy makes it, my brain took it the opposite way of what it means.
Oh,
So I
okay.
was gonna say, what do you mean by that? I'm like, oh, wait, no, that's.
Oh, you thought I meant
Thank you.
especially instead of even?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess.
Yeah. Clowns.
Are there any
People
other
scary.
topics we wanted to cover?
I did want to bring up, I did post a video essay. I assume nobody watched it.
Layla.
What?
In the chat.
Oh,
I did,
I did.
I thought you
watched.
meant you posted.
I thought you meant,
like,
yeah.
yourself.
Oh no no no!
Yeah, I thought.
I thought you meant you made a new
Like,
video
no,
I was
essay.
thinking,
No.
oh no, there was a new Cade video and I didn't watch it.
Ethan, you would have been, you would know. I'd ask you
That
to
was
watch
the
it
other
again.
thing. I'm like, what?
I'm like, how did you pump that out so fast? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because it
I'm
wasn't
just a
that.
machine.
Like,
What can I say?
wasn't that long ago from the last one.
No, but there's a video essay that I think at some point, because I'm guessing not everybody watched it here, that I think we should discuss, and it's by one of my favorite video essayists, this dude named Internet Pit Stop, and just all of his video essays are just top notch. I love his editing style. His editing style might be like my favorite out of like any YouTuber.
I did enjoy his editing style. How he like there was just a little him in the different areas that he was talking about.
Yeah,
That was so cute.
it's so I don't know. I love it. I myself, I'm not him. I can't make that work, but he does it so well, and just the way he explains things, I feel like just really makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And I think that he does a really good job. And this is a really interesting topic. Talking about atmosphere and Pokemon regions, I think that's something that we could talk about. We can talk about how it applies to fan games, because I think it does apply to fan games in a little bit different way than it applies to just mainline
definitely.
Pokemon games. But obviously
He
we're
doesn't
also in the
mention
middle.
Kalos.
What?
He doesn't mention Kalos. That's sad.
He mentions
He
Kanto
only
to
goes
Unova.
through. Yeah.
That's annoying.
Like Kalos does have some good music, and I
Yeah,
do
no,
think
I
you
think
should- you should go back and like do a part 2. That would be great. But
yeah,
And then
I think
also
he
ramp
really
into the atmospheres of Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet.
I think he loves
Not
just
sorry,
like
Tom.
those first 5 generations, and then he starts to tail off in terms of enjoyment. Because he was the same dude that does like the region design video essays that I love to talk about region design in fan
Wait,
games. And
was he the guy who?
so I think that this would be something interesting to talk about eventually, and I highly recommend that people go watch it.
This
if
may
you
have
haven't.
been. This may have been the guy who like. Didn't he mention in a video once about how like you don't really learn anything in NPC dialogue for Scarlet and Violet, or was that a different essayist? Or do you just not know?
No, I don't think that's the case, because the only video essay that he's mentioned Scarlet and Violet in is a region design video essay. So my assumption is that
Oh
it's
no,
not
it
this
totally
dude?
was him.
Oh, it
I'm looking at
was?
the video now. Yeah, I watched that while we were developing abstract, and that made me go, "All right, I'm gonna actually
Prove him
learn
wrong.
some fucking things about this city."
I also think, right? I think he was more probably talking about like NPCs don't have a lot to say. Like if you make an NPC have something to say, then the NPC becomes valuable. I think that was more the point he was trying to make. Like NPCs
what
by
did I
definition
say?
aren't valuable. That's not the point he was trying to make, I feel like.
Well, I was saying like the NPCs don't tell you anything about the world or lore of the city, and that the cities feel bland and all the same as each other.
And he's talking specifically about Paldea.
Yeah.
I
not
mean,
about
like
NPCs
the
in general.
cities, other than the look of the cities, they're all just cities. Like you literally cannot go inside any buildings of the cities. Like they
yeah,
just
but he also
they all have different aesthetics, and that's kind of it. Which I
Yeah,
mean
but he
is still
also-
like a massive deal, but
he does mention lore, and that there isn't lore in the cities.
because there's not.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's
You guys
saying
are
that,
agreeing,
and then
yeah.
you're saying no.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like trying to flame him for making that point, and I
What?
was
No,
like,
I
you two
was
are
literally
agreeing.
saying that I took that advice into abstract, and he
okay, yeah,
tried
no,
to
no, no,
do
no.
that.
Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page because I was like, you're
I
not
thought
making any
you were
sense
going to
right
take
now.
it into like into mind for abstract out of spite.
What?
I was going insane watching YouTube. I was like, you two both agree with the video. What are you talking about?
I thought Andy was trying to disagree with the point. That's my bad.
No, I don't disagree with
Mercy.
everything. I'm not a
Like,
negative.
y'all are out
Nanite.
here trying to defend Scarlet and Violet, and I'm like,
What?
what?
What did you do to the Andy? I know.
Do we want to have have a more?
You need to remember.
Do we want to have a more in-depth us talk about atmosphere in video in video games as a whole, but especially in Pokemon games? Have that as maybe next week's topic?
I think that's got to be its own episode, and I don't know if we're gonna
Yeah,
have the
I think-
opportunity to talk about that until we finish Jam
Okay,
Games.
Yeah,
So
we
I
still
mean,
have the
like,
jam game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I don't know, because I think it's a large discussion, and I think it's an important discussion to have about, just like Pokemon in general, and I don't know. I think atmosphere is like a very massive thing when I go to play
Oh,
just a
definitely.
game in general.
Definitely.
It's
No.
one of those little things that means a lot to me.
I will warn you, it will probably just be me mentioning abstract the entire episode, because I don't know what else to mention.
I mean, like, it's important though to, like, if we're gonna relate atmosphere, if we're gonna talk about this game and then put it in the context of fan games, it's important to have examples from fan games
Yeah.
to relate that to. Now, like, we'll do our best to not just talk about abstract, but abstract does a great job of this exact topic. So
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, this is definitely something that we need. I'd feel better if we put into its own episode for the sake of
100%. Yeah.
time and proper depth.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, I don't know. Do we have any more thoughts about Samsara or Five Nights at Eevee's that we haven't really talked about that we want to wrap up with?
I don't hate Five Nights with Eevee's, contrary to popular belief.
Popular
I don't
belief,
hate
you've only
either
told
game.
this opinion to 3 people.
I know, popular belief in this room.
I don't know why you saying in this room. I'm just like, sir, this
Me
is
looking
a Wendy's.
around
This is a
like-
Discord call.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
No, I'm
There's
just
nothing else
imagining now me pulling, the whole podcast is just me, pulling up to a Wendy's and ranting about Overworld Shadows to different people.
Yeah, I want you to
Oh,
go to a
no.
Wendy's, talk to the 2 crackheads eating dinner in there about Overworld Shadows. Yeah,
Please do
that's a
not.
great idea.
Please do not.
Hey, if you need some really good life advice, that's where you go. You go
That's
to
true,
you go to
though. They
Wendy's
do give
and
the
ask
best
the
life
crackheads, or you go to the Waffle House. And
I was
talk to
gonna say, Waffle
talk to
House is
crackheads
probably
at
the better
Waffle
choice.
House, but
But no, I
think-
think
I don't know where. I don't
Well,
know
no,
where
no, no.
Andy
So,
lives, so I don't know if
I
he
don't.
lives near a
We don't
Waffle
have
House.
Waffle Houses where I live. So instead of going to the Waffle House, you actually go to the Arby's.
Ah,
The Arby's
But
has
no,
the
with,
crackheads.
fan games in general, when I critique the, and argue with no, I actually don't think that's good. That's not me saying the game's bad. I can still like something and enjoy something with having faults with it.
And
that's
that's
basically
exactly.
The point I was making. And it's just I don't hate it. I think it's quite interesting and quite impressive for the engine they made it on. That also does not ignore the things that I don't like about it.
Yeah.
and I can still say those. Doesn't mean I hate it. And that was the same with like the Perilous Heights. What else?
Forgotten Saint.
Forgotten Saint. I always forget that name. I always want to call it False Prophet for some reason.
Forgotten Saint.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like,
just same with
Trying to
me
say
in
the same
case
thing twice.
in case anyone's been led into believing that I for some reason hate Samsara, I'm quite far from hating Samsara. I really do like it. You can go read my comment on the thread. I'm quite positive about it.
Yeah.
I
And for
just
the most
yeah.
part, when I say some remarks, I'm also letting you guys know. Most of the time, I'm trying to make a joke. I and this has happened before in the community. I over-exaggerate some things for the sake of the comedic effect, and that people don't really realize that I'm over-exaggerating something. And sometimes
Right.
just like not saying the right thing at all. I mean, look in the abstract video. I call Nan the lazy for a joke.
You called him
No, that
lazy like
wouldn't-
5 times in that video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
To be
most
fair,
of
I
the
thought
time.
it was funny.
That landed.
like-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but with like jokes, whenever I joke about something, that means I don't mean it. I really hate with comedy when they use it as an outlet to say stuff that they mean, but then they go, "Oh, but it was just a joke, man." Like I hate that because I'm like, "Well, no, you're just saying the thing then, and then also getting public praise for saying that thing." Just because you worded it in a funny way. Like that I don't like that. I really don't like that. But that's a personal thing. So like whenever I say something, usually that means that's the opposite of what it actually is. When I say it in a joking manner, similar to like when I said like, "Oh, Tom hates Samsara." That's not me saying that's true. That's just
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, I'll also hop on the clarifying train. Like, I think Samsara and Five Nights at Eevee's are good games. I just like they're just like the genres of the game from the start are just not for me. And I think it's a good thing that I'm forcing myself to play these games that I don't like, because I think it widens
Broadens your
or
horizons.
broadens our horizons, right? For not only fan games but games as a whole, gives us more experience and more to take into other games that we go play. So
Yeah.
double thumbs
alright.
up for me.
For the random like comment before the episode ends, do you guys ever like group phrases or sentences into like 4-letter segments to see if they like evenly group into 4-letter segments? Or is that just a me thing?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Like, for the sentence, the 10th annual game jam is underway, you would group the 10th, like, THET would be a group, ENTH would be a group, ANNU would be a group, ALGA would be a group, MEJA would be a group, MISU would be a group, NDER would be a group, and WAY would be a group, and that's now 4 letters, so it's not evenly 4 letters, god damn it.
I can tell you that I don't do that. I can barely string words
No.
together to say a sentence coherently. I don't
Yeah.
have a strong enough grip on the English language to do that.
Like, I'll just go like,
Like-
thet, nth, anu, alga, meje, mezu, nder, way, dang it. Like, that's just natural instinct. I've done that since I was like 5.
Yeah, I don't know what I've never
I
heard
think
of
that's a you
people doing
thing.
that before. That's a you thing.
Though I've
Like, I
heard like the
could
way
also,
that I go ahead, sorry.
I'm the like I would try to shorten it like the first letter of every word. So so what? The 10th. What was the full phrase?
The 10th annual game jam is underway.
So I would just shorten it to TTAG GGIUW.
To me,
That's
that's
how-
weirder.
I would try to shorten it.
Both of those are weird. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
both of them are weird. This is definitely a weird final comment. I think this
Though
is
I
weird
though
and
I've
will
been
change.
told, like, I feel like everybody has a few things like that. I've been told the way that I do mental math is like extremely weird.
Okay, now I'm curious.
Well, so
Yeah.
I'll be like, God, I'm trying to think. So if it's like
9 times 7.
okay, no, I'm talking about like
That's
addition.
basically
So
right.
if I'm doing like 8 plus like 13 or something like that, I'll be like, okay, 8 is 2 away from 10. So let's do 10 plus 13. That's 23, and then subtract 2 after, so that's 21.
Oh no, I do that.
A lot of people do that, but
Why?
they don't realize that they do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's why so many people hate like how
I
they're
get-
teaching kindergartners how to do math right now.
Because that's what they
it's-
teach to kindergartens.
Yeah, they're teaching.
That's what they're teaching?
this. That's what they're teaching, but they're like
Why?
they're saying the quiet part out loud, kind of, and that's
They're
what's
not-
throwing off all these parents that are like,
Mm.
they're not even teaching math. They're teaching like weird mega math times 4. It's like no, they're teaching the part that you do in your head,
You just don't
so
realize
that
you do it.
you don't realize you're doing it.
so they're not doing like the 13 and then the 8 below it, and then you're like, oh, 3 plus 8's 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2.
Yeah, that's how I learned it.
But you can't do that mentally, can you?
Yeah, you
have
can.
that
I
paper.
literally just did that mentally.
No, I can do it
Oh,
mentally.
okay.
I can't do that for larger numbers mentally.
What
Absolutely
about, like,
not.
here,
No.
let me prove it. 14 plus 5. Wait, no, 14 plus 9, that is 23.
Well, then that's
14
just
plus
easy
7
because
is
that's
20.
14 plus
Okay,
10 minus 1.
plus 14 plus 7 is 21. 14 plus 6. 14 plus 5 is 19.
Shall we pull the plug?
Here, you guys give me an example. Like, ask me a question.
32 plus 17.
49.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
32 plus 20 minus 3.
No, 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 no. It's
See, like, that's how I do
literally 3
mental
plus
math,
1
but
is
that-
4, 7
Yeah.
plus 2 is 9.
I've never been taught that way, but that's how I always think.
That's
Like,
so
look, I don't-
counterproductive. That's so many more steps.
I truly believe that there have, you know how many studies probably had to be concluded and multiple have agreed that, oh, this is probably now the right way to teach math to kindergartners? Like I'm sure there's a reason they're doing it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Everything in public education is like,
under that logic,
Very-
there's probably a reason why they're making a live-action Minecraft movie. That doesn't mean it's still not a shit decision.
I mean, money's a pretty good motivator.
I trust the educators more than I trust Paramount.
Also,
No, I
Well,
mean,
not Paramount. But
though,
yeah.
as someone who works in ed tech, some of the stuff they do in education is a little wild.
What the fuck? That is... No.
Okay, so I don't do that.
That is
But it's like the
fucking
similar
stupid.
idea of breaking it down to
No.
like 20 and breaking it down to 30. Or 10
No,
and
that's-
10 and 20.
So that's kind of interesting though, because like if I see 32 minus 12, I'm like, okay, both of those are 2. Both of those are 2. Just cancel out the ones column. And
I
then
feel like
just
that's a
3 minus
bad
1.
example, but yes.
yeah.
32
I think we've
minus
gotten
12 is
way off
probably
topic,
bad.
though.
Anyway, I need
Have
to
we
go to
ever
work
been
soon.
on topic
Let's-
with this episode?
Yeah, we talked about games.
We had a
talked
couple
about
of minutes
Pokemon.
where we did
Couple
it.
times, yeah. Yeah. Alright, well, hopefully this isn't too divisive of an episode. I hope y'all enjoyed watching, listening, whatever the fuck you do. Apologies if I swore too much this episode. I don't know, I've been in a really weird mood lately, if you couldn't tell. Might be because I'm sick, might be because I'm back in school. We can link it to a lot of fucking things if we want to. So yeah. Anything else y'all want to say?
I have to go to work. Goodbye.
Bye.
I got to stream. Bye.
See ya.